Welcome back, everybody, to our new session today. My dear players, I actually forgot what session is today. It's fourth session, right?
It's the third one.
Is this the third one? I thought
The
we
third
did.
one.
Yeah. Oh damn! Well, I thought it was the fourth one. That's good. You guys helped me to remember things. So, right now we're gonna first do a little bit of recapping from our last game. And I think Kalle was the one who did the recapping from last time. So this time, Linus as Ambrosa, would you like to do the recapping this time from the last episode?
Yeah, sure. We started at the farmer's home, having a little talk with him, and then a knock came on the door, and a guard introduced himself as a captain of the roads that was patrolling around the area where we were just in. And with him, he asked us to help take care of some goblins in the woods. So we agreed to do it for some compensation, as we need some supplies in this new world. And as we went into the forest and fought some goblins, we tragically lost one of our companions.
Yes, sadly, our friend Simon's character Runar got killed by the Goblin Captain in the previous episode. Very tragic. Simon will be back for the next game. In this episode, he will be gone because he and me is still working on what we're going to do when he comes back into the game again. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a special session just together with him and me. So he will be back in the next episode of Isekai D&D. And just for reminder to our dear players, Linus is playing as Ambrosa. Welcome, Linus.
Hello.
And as a reminder, Kalle is playing as Jonathan.
Right.
Yes.
Beaver.
Nice. So, and just like Linus just told us, or Ambrosa in this case, right now you are still at the Goblin Camp, and right now you had a fight and you actually won, but you lost one of your comrades in this case. I don't know if you would call him friend. I mean, you guys have only known each other for like a day, but still sad. He died. Unfortunate, but things like that happen.
Yes.
So I will actually do this. I will make it so you can see the Goblin Camp from your perspective again. So we can... Because basically all the goblins are dead, there are 3 tents, you're in the middle of the forest, and it's... I mean, it's... if I don't remember wrong, it was in the afternoon, right? Last time?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes, it was in the afternoon, yes. It's not dark, anything like that yet, but it is in the afternoon. So... Right now, you are standing there with Jap, and Jap shakes his head and starts to apologize. I'm sorry, my friends, for your loss of your friend. I really thought that I had the shot there on the captain. I didn't want to lay down my weapons in front of goblins.
Are they usually not, what do you say?
Friendly? No.
Yeah, friendly.
You shouldn't really have discussion with the goblin kind. But they're quite sneaky, and they have no issue backstabbing you when they have the chance to do it. If I would have put down my arms, they would have more than likely either killed me or captured me and tried to use me for bargain against like the village. Okay. So sadly, I think even though we lost Runar, I think this sadly was the best choice in the situation. I only wish that my bow could have hit the target.
Yes.
I'm asking Jap.
Yes.
Why do you think they? Why do you think they attacked the farm from the beginning? Do you have any clue?
I honestly don't really know at all. I was kind of hoping to check the tents more. As I told you guys before, normally we do have some guards that to help protect the area, because normally the goblins only come around to maybe like steal some farm animals and stuff like that, but it's unusual for them to be openly having strategies of attack like this. And in fact, the fact alone that I have a goblin captain here is also... Goblins in general, especially the leaders, don't like to be in the front, so... It kind of worries me that maybe there is someone stronger than this goblin captain that is leading them. I didn't really hear what they were talking about earlier.
Did they speak about some human they were waiting for, I believe?
Human? Are you sure
Yes.
about that?
I'm quite sure. I heard they were talking about some human person.
And you're sure they're not talking about like a captured human or a human they...
It sounded like they were on friendly terms, at least. Like allies.
Well, this is very highly unusual if you're saying it's correct. I never heard of anything like this before.
Do you think there will be more coming?
Yep, standing there, thinking for a second. Well, normally... I think we're safe for now, but... I hope you kindly, my friends, that you could help me search the tents a little bit. We also need to take your friend back, that is... Where happened to your friend's body? Your guys check now to the side. Runa's body was here before, but it's gone now.
What? Someone take it?
Jap is gonna start to run over there to check on the ground. But the two of you, be on your guard. Can you help me check the surrounding areas and investigate?
Yep.
Yes, we start.
I'll go here.
Alright, you go over there. Since you, Jonathan, is moving first there, what would you like to investigate first? What do you want to check out on this area? Because you have the 3 different tents, the 2 tents that were for the regular goblins, and 1 tent that seems to be a bit more better quality, that seems to be for the captain. The tent for the captain is the one to the right, near Jap right now.
Yeah, I'll search through the bodies after some sort of a note or anything that can indicate why, you know.
You want to search the 2 goblins that you killed earlier, who were near the tent you were hiding in. Sure, you can do that. Can you roll... What are you looking for exactly? A note or information?
Yeah, looking for something that will give me some sort of information, so I'm not really interested in things, but rather, you know, information of some kind.
Alright.
So a note or anything, paper,
understood.
Anything like that.
Roll an investigation for me, a normal one.
Oh. Didn't I double click? Yeah. Investigation.
Yes, it's you're pressing the text, if you remember. Like, you move the mouse over the text. There we go. Nice. Yep. 11. It's not the greatest roll, but it's okay. It's okay. Just average, literally. You're checking the 2 bodies, and they don't really seem to have much of value on them. I mean, they do have they have basic leather armor on them, like very simple leather armor, but it's kind of obvious it's not the best quality. It kind of looks like they have taken leather armor pieces from different type of things and just put it on them. But you do, however, notice that the goblin, because one of those goblins you're checking had a short bow, and it does stick out a little bit because this one does seem to be more better quality in comparison to all the other weaponry and all the other stuff they're carrying. Well, yeah, I mean,
brand new, or
it doesn't look like they have taken care of it because it does look dirty, but it doesn't look like. It looks more professionally made, if that makes sense. It doesn't look like it's cheaply made, compared to what the rest of what the goblins are wearing and using. It sticks out.
Okay.
While he's doing that, Ambrosa, is something you want to do? Investigate?
Yeah, Ambrose is gonna walk around up here and try to locate Björklund's body.
Oh, Runa's body? Of course.
Yes.
Roll a perception for me. Because this is more of like a scan of the area. Right? Literally one slightly better than there. But because you're looking such a big area, you are looking around, but you cannot really see any trace of Runa's body anywhere. Like no dragging, like it doesn't look like there are any bloods that like look out of place or any kind of. It doesn't look like anything is out of place from what you remember when you guys were fighting.
Okay.
Since you did like just a kind of quick look, is there something else you want to look at a bit quickly?
Can I investigate like where his body was and see like if some tracks or?
Yeah, you can go up to the
if
right
he was,
side
his
here.
body was moved or something.
Yeah, you can go towards where Yap is at the area, like on the right side, close to the dark green tent that is over there. That was a little bit nicer quality. But you go over there and Yap is like on his knees, kind of checking the ground, like just touching it, like to see. But he looks up to you and he asks you, "Have you seen anything?"
Not yet.
Jonathan, did you see anything over there? He yells over to you.
No, nothing. Nothing of importance.
Yeah, this is becoming stranger and stranger. But because the problem here, it's not just the fact that your friend's body's gone, but in fact there's not even blood stains left of him. And as you look on the ground, Ambrosia, you don't even need to roll anything. You can notice immediately, like, it's almost like literally everything that was of Runa is gone. There's like no blood, there's like no piece of clothing. There's like, it's almost like even the ground itself, it's like untouched almost.
Mr. Spring, did you know what that strange light, the beam that went up to into the sky was?
Wait, you
Did
do
it
not...
come?
Wait,
Did it come
I
from his
thought you-
body?
Well, yeah, it seemed like it came from his body, but his body was still on the ground at that point. And I'm gonna be honest, I thought you guys were gonna explain it, especially you, since you, well, are, I guess, some kind of magician, wizard, or mage or something.
I've never seen that before.
Strange. I was hoping that you would know more than me, if I'm gonna be honest. Is there anything else you would like to investigate, Jonathan?
Yes. I'll search for footprints up here in the north, I believe, or south.
Yeah, north is it? Like, I mean,
Okay.
if it's gonna be a map like this, like we're not going from
Up
the
is
like
always north.
we're not going from the perspective of like the world map. We're going from the perspective just on the map here to make it easier for people
Okay.
to understand what we're talking about. But you're going more
Yeah,
like upwards towards a bush and a tree up there. What?
I'll try to search for footprints.
All right, roll.
If there's any obvious.
Alright, the footprints. That's just a survival check. So you will roll for footprints and stuff like that and tracks. That's survival check. So roll a survival.
I want to count and see if it adds up, basically. Or if there was anyone else there.
Understood. Yeah, you can roll a survival
So,
check if you see any footprints or any markings like of a human
survival.
being or any other animals in the ground. A pretty good roll. I mean, you can see tracks of like the goblins, like similar to their footprints that you have seen all around. Because I'm gonna like recap how my explanation was before, for those who don't remember. This area where the camp is, like you can see that they have cut down trees and stuff like that. And since the goblins have been walking around, the tall wood grass has been kind of stomped down, so it's kind of pretty easy to see where they have been and not been. And you're looking over there at the trees and bush where you are standing right now, but you don't really see anything unusual there from what you not have already seen before.
Okay, so no larger footprints or...
No, like there's nothing that sticks out for you. It just seems to be just as normal before.
Okay, cool. Then I go and join.
Yes. But Ambrosia, what I would like you to do actually is that because you do feel a bit of a weird, because your connection now in magic that is new for you, You're not experienced with it, but you do feel a bit of a weird tingling in your body when you're standing close to the place Runar was. Would you like to do like an Arcana check?
Yes, I'll do that.
And for those who are wondering, Arcana checks are for magic stuff. So,
Yes.
you roll really good
Well.
there because you're pretty smart. I would imagine you kind of maybe like concentrating with your book and try to feel this feeling that you picking up on, and it feels almost like this weird, almost this very weak feeling of this kind of like almost like something has like traveled through the air, almost like if a hot spring air like goes through your hand as you're having it out, almost like everything that almost like something has been traveling through the air itself to from this location.
Some tingling of remains in the air.
Yeah, it almost feels like something in the air was there, something that is connected to some kind of magical experience that you're not really used to because, I mean, you're still like new to this world and everything, and you never. So this entire situation is very unique to you, but it feels like something has happened here, like some kind of magical thing has happened here.
I can feel something here. Some kind of traces of something that has gone through here.
Really? Where does
What
it
do you mean by
lead?
that?
Ask Yep.
Can I determine the direction where
Yeah,
it...
as you're feeling it, the feeling becomes weaker and weaker for every second it goes past, but you can feel it almost in the same way you saw that kind of golden light go up in the air. You feel the same feeling that all this also energy, almost like it came afterwards. It's almost like two things happened here. Both like the golden beam, but also something else when you guys were not looking. But it traveled in kind of the same direction.
Okay, so upwards then.
Yes,
Yeah.
upwards and then like somewhere like north. And when I say north now, I mean north from the country's perspective.
Yes.
So when we look on the map of this country again, north, basically, from that way.
I can feel it, that it went past and went towards north.
North, well, this country is not really well known for magic users, but I cannot really say much of that right now, but the whole golden light thing is also very puzzling to me. If it's
Excuse me,
okay for
yeah?
you guys, I was thinking about going to take a quick check in the tents, and after that I was I want to check if there's anything they've stolen from the village that they tried to attack earlier today. And after that I was hoping that I can, well, hold my end of the bargain and help you to the village chief so you can talk to him.
Yes.
And
Sounds
also,
good.
I think also it's a good thing if we keep us moving a bit quick. It's not good to stay here during dark.
Yes, it seems that they had
Agree.
allies that they were waiting for, so it would be best to not stay here too long.
Sounds good, sounds good. Alright, let's
I'll
get a
check
move
this. I'll check the captain first. The
on.
leader.
Yes.
I'll check with you, Mr. Spring, inside the tent.
Thank you. Well, you can take the left tent, and I can take this tent that is in the middle. So he will move towards one of the smaller tents, like upwards, close one of the trees where you checked things before, Jonathan. Jonathan, you can make an investigation check. I mean, all three of you guys gonna make investigation check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just roll off screen, and that's a critical fail. So you find absolutely. I would sadly say that you go into the captain's tent, and honestly, it looks like the captain.
Wasn't he searching the corpse?
Oh no, I
Yeah,
thought you checked the
search.
tents.
No, I'm
the
going
body.
into
The
the
body.
tent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you checked the body, and thanks to both Ambrosa's and Runar's attack from earlier, anything that could have been important has been destroyed on his body. His armor is damaged, his sword is chipped and broken, and most of the blood from his body has covered anything that could be of use or actually give any clues. Sadly. You don't really seem to notice anything, like, if there is anything of interest, you not capable of finding it. I'm gonna just roll off screen for Jap. And what do you wanna check out, Ambrose?
I was thinking of going to the captain's tent there and
Got
search
it.
through there.
Okay, you can go into the captain's tent. No problem.
Yes.
On the right side there, right next to Jonathan. Roll some kind of investigation.
Yes. I start looking through. What do I even? What does it look like in there?
You go inside, and what you're finding is honestly, it's kind of like there is no like special floor or anything. It's like the floor is just the regular grass. It's just a couple of, you know, what would you call it? Not capes. What's it called in English? Basically, it's just things put on the ground, like to make a little bit more comfortable to lie down on. What's it called? Oh, I cannot.
Bedroll?
Like a blanket.
Yeah, blanket there. Basically, like blankets has been put out. Obviously, the biggest blanket is there for the captain. You do see next to the goblin captain's big blanket there is a bag, and you do check inside of the bag. I mean, things are very. The goblin have put a lot of weird stuff in it. Like there's like small little knives and stuff like that. That is not the nicest quality. And you're checking around in the bag, and you do eventually do find a little piece of like rolled up paper. And I guess you're looking at the paper, I would assume. And
I roll up the scroll.
Yes, the little piece of paper. It's not big. It's literally like only this size. It's very small in general.
Yes, a little note.
Yeah, a little small note. And it's very badly scribbled on it, like... but what's interesting about the scribbles, there's like handwriting on it that is clearly better looking. And there's handwriting that's like... It's not even handwriting, it's more like... Basically what it looks like is... the first
Doodles?
What?
Doodles?
Yeah, I'm gonna describe it because basically the first line is like basically 3 days, 3 days from 3 days from the first attack. We will meet at the woods, and then they kind of describe kind of like the area that you are in right now, like very shortly. But right under that. It's also, it seems like you're guessing that maybe the goblins have wrote in it because it's just a picture of like a bird and like a blade and a campfire, very scribbled, like almost instead of writing has just made small pictures underneath as a note to the note. So yeah. Yep. While you guys are checking that stuff, Yep will come back. Yep, he's pretty good at investigating, and he was pretty quick, so he's like, I checked the other 2 tents, and I did find I found these 2 bags here. Most of it is like, the weird thing is though, what is strange about it, it's not filled with food or weaponry or anything like that. It's actually filled with like copper and silver coins.
So they've been getting well paid then for something.
Well, that's the strange thing, goblins don't really need money. Well, you can imagine they don't really buy things. It's not like they're going to towns and buying things, and if they want something from a merchant, they just kill them and steal it. So it doesn't really make sense why you would take money or have money in the first place.
Perhaps they use it to pay this human that they were talking about.
Well, this human becomes more and more weirder for every second we talk about it. I will take these 2 bags back to the village. He kind of put them over his shoulder, the 2 bags.
I did find this note here.
The note?
And it seems to have been written by a human.
Can I check on the note?
Yes, here you go.
He checks on the note and looks closely. From
I peek over his shoulder.
Yeah, you kind of peek over his shoulder. You're seeing the same things that Ambrosia saw earlier. And he's checking it closely and like, yeah, it seems like what you said earlier, Ambrosia, seems to be correct. Regardless if it's a human or not, it's definitely something more, more smarter and profound than a regular goblin. And the goblin texture underneath. I presume you have, since you guys seem a bit new beginner at this. I guess you haven't read goblin language before.
No.
No.
Basically,
First time we see some.
Yeah, they don't really use written words like you and I do. They rather use picture, and it seems like a response to what this man or woman, whoever wrote this, said. It seems like they were very celebrating about it, because this picture kind of indicates that they're gonna have a celebration after this order was gonna be done.
Yes, and it says here they were gonna meet here 3 days after the first attack. Was that today? Earlier on the farm?
Yeah, well, that's the thing that is kind of strange, though, isn't it? Like, I'm guessing maybe it's this stranger that took your friend's body, or I don't know. Because if it was been supposed to be 3 days ago, I don't know if you guys remember, but we have been having reports of Goblin moving more aggressively in general. So, honestly...
excuse me, do you think it's a good idea to hide the bodies? I mean, if the other come and they'll see dead bodies, they will probably attack. But if they don't see any bodies...
I personally don't feel any worries about being attacked anymore, because I'm gonna keep leaving some extra guards. I already sent a message to the capital about this problem and to my other 2 road guards. So we're gonna get some extra reinforcements, hopefully only like a week or 2. So what I was thinking about was pile up all of these goblins and burning their corpses, honestly, more as a threat to other goblins. As I told you guys before, goblins are cowards, so showing them their fate most of the time keeps them away.
Yes, but isn't their ally, by reading this letter, isn't their ally gonna arrive here in 3 days?
Yeah, but the problem is, though, that according to what you said, I don't know, what exactly did you hear the goblin said? Did they tell them, did they say they're still waiting for him, or did they say that he's already
they said
arrived,
they were
or...
waiting for him. That was being late.
Was that what they were fighting about and screaming about earlier? This
Yes,
aggravated.
it sounded like the goblin leader still wanted to wait for the allies while the other goblins wanted to move on.
Alright. I don't think it's a good idea for us to stay here either, because we don't know how many hours it will take. And as far as we know, this ally of there could maybe be in trouble, him or her own, without our snow. As I told you before, it can be quite dangerous to move in the forest alone if you're not quite a strong or good at traveling through woods. Alright,
What
how
about those at the farm? We have to tell them.
Well, of course I'm gonna tell them.
On the farm.
But as I said earlier there, Jonathan, I'm gonna leave some extra guards this time around, because originally I thought they were going to maybe cause problem for the bigger village, Ebby. But seemingly that must have been just the distraction or whatever.
Yes. Perhaps their ally will also be deterred to do something now when their goblins friends are not here anymore.
Yeah, staying here I don't think is not gonna make us wiser. I think personally the best thing, I'm gonna tell some of the guards, and as soon as I can I will start to send some people here to keep watch to see if somebody does actually arrive. So what we can do, let's leave the bodies as they are right now, and I will describe as much detail as I can to the new patrol to go and check here, and if they notice that something has been moved or something is going on, we will know whether or not this person has returned or not.
Yes, I'll leave it as it is your job to do it.
Yeah, I also don't think, I think for your own sake, I think it would be better for you guys to not be involved too much in this. It's not really your issue, it's more mine own issue and the other road captain's issue. I'm sorry once again that you have been dragged into all of this.
Yes.
But as I promised, I will keep my word. So let me escort you back to the village and pick up like a horse for you, each of you, and you can you both of you ride horses?
Of course I can, at least.
Yeah. Oh man.
You're not. Can Jonathan ride a horse, Kalle? It's up to you. It's your character. Does he have horse experience?
Well, some, I would say.
Okay, not completely blind then in horse
No,
riding.
he's more used to cars.
Alright, yeah, makes
Even
sense.
though they're pretty old, but yeah, horses do exist, so it's not completely replaced by the car either.
You know what? When we get the chance to give Jonathan a horse, we can make maybe some kind of check for that to see how well he does. So, if it's nothing more you guys want to do here exactly that is important for you, want to move on?
Yes, I believe we checked everything that we can.
Yes. And just as Jap said, let's leave the bodies as they are, so that when I send some people here to spy on the area, if they notice something weird or something similar to Runar happens again, we will notice it immediately.
Yes.
Good, good. So you guys, you guys start to travel back through the same way you came. Ajap is gonna lead you once again, so you don't get lost or anything like that. And he's really good when it comes to traveling through the woods and stuff like that. So it's gonna only take like an hour or something like that to come back, maybe even less than that. And you're back at the farm now, and we're back at the big map again. So at the farm, and as you arrive back to the farm, one of the guards come out and basically salutes Jap and is like, Jap, welcome back, sir. Is everything alright? Yes, everything is alright. Sadly, we had one casualty. We couldn't find the body, so... But can you get bring 3 horses here? My horse and 2 new horses for my friends here. I'm gonna travel quickly back to Abbey, and he kind of goes quickly through everything you guys went through and explains the situation. And the guards said, understood, sir. We will keep extra patrol during both day and night, and the moment we get some more guys here, I will make sure to check in the woods. Understood. Great. And only after like a minute, they come up with like the horses and everything. Jap nicely jumps up on the horse. Ambrose, you also decently. I mean, you maybe need some help.
Little. Do you have a stool or something? It's quite hard with my leg here. I can't really bend it over all too much.
I can help you, my old friend. One of the guards come next to you, kind of helps you lift you up on the horse.
Thank you, young lad.
He turns around like, do you need anything? Do you also need help? Looking at you, Jonathan.
No.
All right.
No, thanks.
I'm
just trying to set up.
Jonathan, can you just roll like an animal handling to see how well you can ride on this horse?
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, you even rolled twice, and even then it didn't. You tried not once, but twice. You tried to jump up on the horse. You don't fall over, but I mean, you don't really get up on the horse, really. So on the 3rd try, the guard comes up to you and help you push you up on the horse, so that everything is alright. Be careful now. Ride slowly. Good luck, my friends. The guard salutes one last time. Alright, you two, you just follow me. I will not ride too quickly, so nothing happens. And you start to ride off. And it's not gonna take. It's gonna go pretty quickly because you are on horseback. Because how traveling gonna work basically is that if you travel on foot or on roads or on big roads, it's gonna change a little bit. And because you're on horseback, it's gonna be almost twice as fast in comparison. So you will basically arrive there at Abbey, at the front gate at Abbey. While at the same time the sun is now going down in the horizon. It's kind of a sound down at the moment. It's roughly like 6 o'clock or something like that. 6 past. Do any of you have a watch, by the way?
Yes.
Yes, I believe both of us have one.
Yeah, both of you have watches.
Yeah,
that's conveniently good. So both of you... No, wait, you haven't changed your watches. You don't know what the... Well, I guess
we
you
only
can check
have we have same time, but we don't know if it's accurate to the.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I think you did do like a check in one of the.
We did a check and both everyone's clock were like the same time.
Yeah.
But we don't know if it's the same time as the world.
Yes.
I will check the clock if it's still on the same time. It was when we woke up in this.
No, because don't forget to remember, basically, like, the time on your clock were not the same. The time on your clock were basically based on where the world you came from and during that time. So for basically Jonathan, it was for you it was like, I don't know, during the time you were in the office. I don't exactly said what the clock was at that point, but Ambrose said was like somewhere like I guess in the middle of the day.
Yeah, early evening.
Yeah, so for you it's like 11, 12 o'clock on your clock if you haven't changed it, even though it looks like it's afternoon.
Okay, so our clocks are not timed together.
Yeah, you basically have to adjust it to make it correct.
Okay.
So, maybe I'm wrong. For you guys in the comment section, I will apologize if I'm misremembering anything. Okay, be nice. Okay, be nice.
Yep.
So, we are still fresh and new in this, so be nice. But you will arrive to Abbey, and Abbey is a small town surrounded by a wooden wall that goes around it. It's not a very thick wall. It's like only. It's like 1 or 2 stocks thickness, roughly. So it's not the thickest wall. You could probably cut it in with like axes if you have enough time. But there is a small gate there and a road that, like 2 roads that leads to this gate. Like, it's not like the best road. It's kind of like, flattened ground where there's no like vegetation. There's no grass on it and stuff like that. It's kind of a dirt road, if you could call it that. But you come up to the gate basically, and there are 4 guards standing there, 4 on the ground, and 2 guards above the gate on like a little platform standing above the gate, and they meet up with you, and the biggest guy of them kind of goes up and says, "Oh, Jap, you've returned, and I see you have some guests with you." Yes, it's 2 new friends of mine. I promised them to talk to the chief of the village. Oh, really? Well, I can fetch him immediately. Just give me a minute. And he kind of runs off. And you guys are allowed in. They're gonna go up to you and help you get down from your horses. Yap is also going down from his horse, standing on the ground now. And they're kind of moving the horse away to like a stall, like for a place for horses. And eventually, after just a couple of minutes, you see a bit more of an elderly man with like a very flat hat on his head, kind of a brown short beard, like a bit of a gut he has, and he basically he's kind of a little bit better dressed than everybody else, but he's kind of running up to you like, oh yeah, I'm happy to see you come back already. I guess you have a report for me. I was quite worried when I heard about the village being attacked and all. And you guys he going through everything again, and he also now turns to, these 2 gentlemen here wanted to talk to you. And he looks at you, and I would say, Jonathan, I guess you have the best perception here of the 2 of you. You do pick up that he kind of looks like a little, not surprised to see you, but a little bit curious when he's looking at you. And he asks you, by question, my 2 strangers, this may sound a bit odd, but do you perhaps know a dwarf?
Dwarf?
A dwarf, short man, big, large beard.
By the name of...
in that case, you maybe haven't met him, but he kind of still thinking about something at looking at you. Do you recognize this? And he takes up a little piece of, piece of paper, and you can see the 3 symbols, like the symbol that you have on you, Linus, the symbol that you have on Jonathan, and the symbol that Runar described on his armor, basically. And do you recognize these symbols?
Can he not see the symbol like on his napkin or my book in front of him?
No, he can't.
Oh, he can't.
Yeah, I'll look at Ambrose, Lord Ambrose.
Because I can remind you guys from earlier, when you guys were looking at each other, you couldn't see each other's symbol, each other's emblem either. until you specifically pointed it out, almost like you were revealing it to each other. So
Why? Yes.
Yes.
Why so? What does this symbol mean?
I can't tell you more if you... Do you know the symbol or not? I can't really tell you more details if... Are you sure you haven't met a dwarf?
As I say to this man that please excuse me a while. I need to have a word with my friend. And I take Lord Ambrose to the side just a little bit and ask him, like, should we reveal the dwarf in the crypt? Wasn't that dwarf? Or the description of it?
Perhaps we should reveal that we saw the dwarf, but not... Unless we know what this symbol means, perhaps it's not wise to reveal that we are carrying them.
Because if we reveal a dwarf that is now dead, we might get in trouble.
Yes.
What do you think?
The two of you can... I know, like, I promise you, I'm not trying to ask you if you committed a crime or not. I'm just trying to... It's very important. That dwarf I'm talking about is an old friend of mine, but I haven't seen him for a couple of days now. Are you sure you haven't seen him?
Okay, so I turn my head to Lord Ambrose to kind of wait for confirmation that it's okay to say it.
Lord Ambrose give kind of approving nod.
Okay, great. Yeah, okay, so I'm sorry to say this, but he's dead.
There's a bit of a quiet moment for a second, and he closing his eyes, this man with the brown beard, and... Jap, it's okay. You and your guards can stay here. I need to talk to this man alone, if it's all right. Yap is just kind of saluting him like, yeah, sure, no problem, friend. Please, two of you, follow me. I have a bit of explaining to do. Are you following him?
Yes.
Yep.
Follow him.
And right now, this older man is showing you the way through this village area. Until you see like different buildings here and there. Like most of the buildings here are like wooden buildings with like grass roofs, like yellow grass roof. And there, like, it's not many people who live here, and it's quite a basic, very, very small community of people. There are some farm animals here and stuff like that. And you're also noticing like an old church that looks almost abandoned, like it almost looks like it's falling apart. And the house you're going towards right now is a bigger, like, it's not in the center of town, it's more towards the right side of this little village. And but it's like the best looking house there and the biggest. And he leads you inside the house and close the door after him. And you are right now kind of in like a working office room almost, but very, very basic, low roof. Like there's a wooden table there, and he turns around to you again and asks you, since you do have met this dwarf that I'm talking about, I have two questions left. Are you sure you haven't seen the symbols? And my second question is, can you tell me his name? Because...
The dwarf?
No.
Yeah, the dwarf's name. Do you remember?
No,
We do not
never
remember. Yeah.
met him alive.
Yes.
So the story goes that we were traveling through the plains, and then we saw a man sprinting from this opening or door, this stone door, and sat up on his horse and rode away. So we went to this stone door and got down through a stair or down a stair, and then we came to this room where we had 3 dead bodies, whereas one of them were a dwarf. And I believe that's the one
So you didn't meet him at this area or place, or?
No, we saw him at a distance, so we were curious why he had so rushed.
And these symbols?
Well, the symbols we saw on those bodies.
Well, in that case, it's too late then. I cannot really
What
help
about-
you anymore, though, in that case. I
What
am
about those
I am
symbols?
gonna have to leave immediately to that area and pick up those bodies.
What is
Yeah.
so important of those?
Well, I can't
symbols?
tell you because you don't know anything. Sorry, I promised my friend that we're to only talk and help the people that know of this symbol and are carrying it on them. They should be able. He told me that if they have the symbol on them, just by mentioning it to telling somebody else about the symbol, it's gonna show the symbol on them. And I cannot speak too much. I have to leave now. Sorry. And he's gonna start to go towards the door.
Wait, sir.
I can't wait. I have to go and check up these bodies because if their bodies are there, then I'm sorry. I need to go. And he keeps going if you're not saying anything else.
We have the
wait,
symbols.
We have the symbol.
Well, I turn around, and when you tell him you have the symbols, now he can actually see them because they kind of shines a bit extra bright for a short second, almost like they light up a little bit. Why didn't you tell me earlier then?
Because
Well, we don't
were
know
not-
who you are.
Yes.
Well, didn't you get a map from the dwarf that showed to come here?
Yes, but he was dead when we found him.
Yes.
So he didn't show you the
want
map?
to get into trouble.
He only he was dying, I guess, when we found
Well,
him.
in that case, it wasn't.
Yes, but he never said us his name. He gave me the map before he passed.
Well, it doesn't matter. The important thing is I'm happy that you guys are alive. Thank God. Oh, I thought the entire mission had failed. Oh, Jesus. No, not Jesus, but whatever God I believe in.
Please explain those symbols. What do they mean? to you?
Well, if I'm going to help you, you have to be a little bit more honest with me. Can you please just tell me the real story, what happened? My friend's name was Bjorkenstone Lad. Bjorkenstone Lad.
Fair enough. Okay, if you tell us about the symbols and we tell the story.
Sure, I guess. I honestly, I'm sorry if I'm sound a little bit annoyed and frustrated, but I just learned that my friend is dead, and he sits down.
But we
and
can
just-
help you. We can help you, but we need to.
but
We need to know.
But shouldn't there be three of you? Why is it only two of you? My friend told me that three allies of him with golden symbols on them he would meet them up in this temple thing and he would explain everything to you. But since he was dying, but where's your third friend that was supposed to be here? Because I only see two of
away.
these three symbols.
Yes, a goblin
Yeah, he died.
captain killed him.
I'm sorry for your loss. This is more complicated than I ever imagined. Well, I will find and I will try to explain myself. A couple of days ago, roughly 5-6 days ago, this dwarf, who's a friend of mine, he has been in this village before a couple of times, and we have talked for many years, ever since I actually was a lad myself, when I was only 15. The dwarf, he was already, I don't know if you know or not, he did tell me, you probably didn't know, but dwarves live for a long time. And he was already kind of an adult looking when I met him. But either way, that's not important. Basically, he came here just a couple of days ago and told me that 3 people will come here, either with him or without him. And if he is not with, they will look strange, he said. He said that you would look like complete different from adventurers or anything else. You look very strange in general with their clothing and everything. And these 3 people apparently are very important and they were going to help with something. He didn't want to tell me too many details because but he did tell me that I was going to give you guys information where to look for somebody. Let me give you a second here. And he scrolls up like the map of the country for you again, so it takes up his of Vandana basically. Alright. Basically, I was told by him that he has allies in Greylock, by points at the capital city, Greylock, on the map. I also gonna change the sound effect in the background because it's still the sound effect from the woods. So we're gonna put that off. So, as far as I understood it, he told me that he has allies that could help you guys and tell you more of this situation, because apparently you guys were... He was hunted by somebody or some people, and this group of people, he told me, could be a big danger, not just for this country, Vandana, but all humanity in itself. And I honestly didn't know what to believe. It sounded very crazy to me. He was very stressed about the situation. But he told me that if you guys arrived without him, like people with golden symbol that would appear when they tell it to others. I should give you information, as much information as I can, or try to answer as much questions as I can, and try to, if I could, give you some kind of help. But as far as I understand, there's a person in a library in Greylock. It's called the Grey Booklocks. The Grey Booklocks library in Greylock. Apparently somebody there you can talk to that is gonna be able to give you information.
Information about what?
I honestly not sure either. Basically what happened, he came here and he was very stressed out. He told me that he's been hunted for days, and I asked him to stay here in the town when he could be safe, but he said that that would put this little village at risk, and he said that he needed to go, but if something goes wrong, he will tell you guys to come here, and told me to basically give you as much information that I can and try to help us as much as I can. I honestly was a little bit shocked, but he's a good friend of mine, so I did promise I gave my word to help you. Because, I mean, I guess you guys are very important.
Why? Why are we important?
That's what I don't know either. I was hoping, honestly, I was kind of hoping that you would know and explain it more to me. He didn't want to say so much in general, just because apparently just knowing about this would be very dangerous for anybody involved.
Sorry for interrupting here, but
yeah.
What was the name of this dwarf you were mentioning? What's the name?
Björk. Normally I just call him Bark as a short name, but yeah, you can just call him Bark. Basically, it's dwarves in general have so many these stone names in general, like it gets confusing after 9. I still remember that time when he told me about Iron Will, Stone Gate Will. It doesn't matter, I'm sorry. Either way, what's important now is, honestly, I actually don't know what's important right now. I'm very confused. I was honestly hoping that you guys would tell me. Are you sure he didn't tell you anything?
No, he only pointed at the map while he was laying on the stone floor.
To this village? Makes sense, since he's probably expecting me to help you guys.
Red marker.
Can you show me your map? And you guys are showing your map with the red circle you have done for Abby.
Yes.
I see. That's unfortunate though, but it's good for you guys at least that he told you to come here. Once again, I'm very sorry that I can't really give you much information as I was hoping for. Honestly, I was very confused in general, because all he was telling me that the world of humanity and every living creature is in danger, and it was very important that free men or women or whatever, like people who wear very weird clothing or look very different from regular people, is gonna arrive here with these 3 golden symbols on them. Either on their clothing or their items or something. And since the glow is coming from you, obviously you are the people he's been talking about. But he didn't want to tell me much.
Come from?
What did you say?
Where do bark come from? Where do bark come from?
Oh, bark. Yeah, I can show you. Give me a second. He's like looking at like a bookshelf. Like, I haven't used this quite in a time. During my younger days, I was much more of a traveler. Just for reference, this man looks like he's in his 50s or 60s. And he comes back to you guys and like a very dusty map, basically. And you guys are gonna see the world map. Yay. Yeah, so let me not just take you to the wrong part. There we go. There's the world map. Yeah, nice. Ta-da! So you guys gonna see the world. Yeah. And you guys on this world map are down here in Fodana, way down here. My friend Bark originally, I mean, it's quite a long history. If you're talking about like where he lives now, he doesn't really live in one country, traveling around. But I'm pretty sure that he was born in New Ireland over here. And this kind of confuses you guys because both of you know what Ireland is.
Yes.
But you never heard about like New Ireland or any world map looking like this. So this entire situation is quite weird to you guys. As far as I know, he's born over here, roughly 180 years ago. As said, dwarves live for a long time. He told me that you're probably not gonna know much about them. But it's a very long history lesson. I would argue it's better to talk to an actual dwarf if you want to the dwarven history and all of that. But overall, he was a traveler. He would travel all through the land from Fadana to Stoma Kingdom to Pastrilla and all of that. But either way, regardless of that, but do you have any other questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Can we keep the map?
He looks a bit. I don't know if I can give this map to you.
Don't you?
What do you say?
Well, I would say that we need it in order to help you.
Would you let me make a copy of it?
Are you really? You're that good? He said, actually, like very surprised.
I can make a sketch enough that will help us.
Can you roll a sleight of hand, because this is based on how well you're copying by hand. So
isn't it my cartography thingy?
Oh yeah, you have control. You can roll that one. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I forgot you have that. You have.
Nice.
You can actually have your knowledge about maps and stuff. That's true. I forgot that. Oh, you're actually pretty damn amazing. He puts up a new piece of paper he puts up a new piece of paper, like scroll up.
Like a carbon copy.
Yeah, and you basically sits there. You sit there for like 15 minutes straight, and just like, there's like this almost music montage of you just perfectly lining up everything and doing as. And after a while, he's like, well, that's amazing. Honestly, you could be rich doing something like that. One of these maps costs like 5 gold coins. That's really impressive.
Take another copy. You can sell it.
I mean, if you want to make more copies, you can do it like... it's gonna be 1 copy per time you try to...
Yeah. I've been doing this for a decade. I believe I have...
Well, you're very impressive, my friend.
Yes,
very impressive.
Thank you.
Honestly, I didn't really want to give away this map. It's not just for the fact that they're quite expensive to buy world maps in general. Like, most of the time, like, smaller map over smaller areas tends to be more cheaper. But world maps, like, the only way to buy them in most capitals, and most of the time, like, they don't get updated that often in general. So, and I got this myself during my younger years when I was a merchant. So, Yeah, it was a little bit personal for me to give it away, but now you have a map, so that's great.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you for letting me making a copy of it.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just happy that it didn't get destroyed by you or anything like that. So I'm happy about that. So you guys have a map of the world now. So
yes, I turn to Ambrose and do a nod, like, good job.
Good job, no.
I'm reluctant to really.
Yeah. But yeah. But as I said earlier, I was recommended to basically I was told to tell you guys to try to get to the capital city and go to the library there and talk to them. Try to basically talk to the people there and say that basically do the same thing you did for me here, basically, to the person that is like the owner of that library.
Well, and should we ask for someone specific?
Sadly, he didn't mention a name. As far as I understand, it was just that you go to this library and talk to the people working there, and you should be able to get help in this specific library.
Okay.
Sorry if I cannot really give that much information. He didn't really tell me much, and he was very stressed. He didn't want to stay that long in Abbey in general. So, yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't do anything more for you. Honestly, I'm quite saddened that this entire situation got like this. But,
I do have a question.
Yeah, sure.
This I forget the name of the city. Owl something. Coast city. The coastal city.
The capital city?
The capital city, you mean, or what city?
No, in south, by the coast.
Oh,
I can see the.
You mean Holton's? We rolls up this. Yeah, you mean the coast? The coast city, Walton.
Yep, right.
Yeah.
So does that village have an harbor?
Yeah, right next to the coast. But most of our trade is through sea. We don't really travel that much over land. That's why we haven't really our connection to the kingdoms right next to us on land have not necessarily been the most positive. Especially it seems like things have been going a bit rough there, as I understand it. So, but yeah, so most of our trade is going by the sea.
Okay, so getting to Greylock is best by boat.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I think that would be the fastest way for you guys to all the two of you to travel there. So, let's see here. Let's see. Maybe I have someone that can help you. He's looking through like some of his papers. Like, where did I put that thing? Oh, right here. Well, let's see. How he picks up like a little, like old paper, like a book pamphlet thing, and like kind of swipes through it and stuff like that. And like, let's see. Ah, there. I actually do have a friend of mine that do some business over there. His name is Casper. If you just go to the area where they have the boats and everything there, where they're anchored, and ask for a man called Casper, and tell him that. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. We haven't presented each other yet. I apologize very much. You can call me Ludwig. What's your name?
Nice to meet you, Ludwig. My name's Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Yes, and I'm Lord Arthur Ambrose, and I did a little bow and a little tip with his hat.
A lord of all things. You're quite weirdly dressed for a lord. I have to say so, Ambrose. Lord Ambrose, sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Well, just if you want to take by boat, you can try to talk to Casper. But normally they do. Even though we haven't talked to each other for quite some time, but if you tell him that I sent you and told you that you're trusted and all you want is maybe travel with one of his merchant ship up to the capital, I think he should be able to help you guys. So, yeah. But
could we have some sigil on a paper or something so he knows it's true?
Yeah, sure. Yes, let's see. And he takes up like a little piece of. He's just cut like tears up a small piece of like one of the scrolls he has there lying around, and he takes like a bit of wax and kind of like pouring it from a steering candle like on this little note thing, and then he stamps make stamps on it. And you guys notice that this stamp looks similar to the one that like Jasper had on his like captain uniform thing. It's slightly different, but it basically looked the same. Yeah, sorry. Good there. But basically same as Yap's uniform. And he gives it over to one of you.
Yes, I'll take it.
Alright, you take it. Well, there we go. Just show him that, and that should be enough. And just tell him that I sent you, and that it's quite important. Of course, it's starting to get a bit dark to travel now, so if you want to, you could rest here. I can find a place for you to sleep during the night. And
that will be lovely.
Yes. I'm gonna try to fix some materials for you for tomorrow, like some food and some other things. So, yeah. Is there any specific thing? I cannot promise you anything too expensive or crazy. This village is not, like, rich, if you understand me.
Yes.
We do understand. But we need food and water for the trip to Old Town.
Yeah, I will fix that, no problem. I can fix food and water, and I can also fix you... do you have any money?
No, we don't have any.
Any copper, silver, gold?
No.
Oh, okay. He did tell me, though, that you wouldn't know much about traveling through this world. I'm not really sure what he means by that, but... And he will explain a bit quickly, about the money system. The money system is that there are two types of coins. There are copper coins, silver coins, and gold coins. 10 copper coins is 1 silver coin, 10 silver coin is 1 gold coin. And overall, he also explains a bit quickly that buying gold coins are quite valuable. So overall, to pay something with a gold coin, just for example, if you want to buy food from an inn or a tavern, wouldn't cost normally more than a couple of copper, maximum a silver coin most of the time. And
what do you? How much is a horse, roughly?
Let me see here. We in Ebby don't really sell our horses; they're too valuable. But I would say...
I just want to know...
Yeah, I understand. I just try to think here. I haven't really traveled that far from the other areas. You know what? I can tell you tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to Jap about some of the things. I need to also talk more about the details, about the things he told me about the woods and everything. So I will... At the same time I give you some money tomorrow, I will give you some information about that as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you seen... such a coin as this before, and he takes out a shilling from his pouch.
He looks closely at it, and I've never seen anything like it. Can I hold it?
Yes, of course.
He picks it up and kind of holds it. He kind of even takes up a magnifying glass thing to kind of extra check. He also takes up one of those weights, to check the weight on it and everything.
Yes.
And very strange. This money, I never seen this money or currency before. It does remind me of stories I've heard about Stella Empire. I heard those people over there don't really use regular currency like silver and gold, but it doesn't. But this coin doesn't look the same as that. But yeah, sorry, I really don't think this has any value as far as I know, except for the metal it's made of.
Okay. That's alright.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't be more of a help there. And so, if you want to go to bed, or if you want to have more questions, I can answer more questions, of course, tomorrow, if...
Yes.
Yeah, is there anything else you would like to know before taking the night?
No, I just want a meal and go to bed.
Understood. I understand. It's no issue. All right then. In that case, I wish
Could I ask you one thing?
Yeah, sure.
How do you know the time here?
Oh, well, personally, I can show you this. He looks actually a little bit excited. I got this from quite some time ago as a birthday present when I was 40, and he takes up he actually takes up a little small circular stone, and he puts it on the table, and he kind of shows it it's quite a fascinating magic, honestly. Many years ago, during the big war and everything, there was actually some people that figured out a way to use imbued magic into these kind of small metal or rock platforms that if you just tap it like this, and he kind of taps in the middle, and you show it similar to your regular watches. There's a minute and an hour shower, and it's showing it's 7 o'clock or roughly 7-8 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes. Can I look at
hours?
it and I regulate my clock to the time.
Yeah, mine
Alright.
as well.
Oh, you have similar things as well?
Yes.
But it looks a bit more fancier, I have to say. I mean, mine was a bit it's quite expensive to buy anything out of more expensive materials. I know some noblemen like to wear similar kind of things, have similar kind of things on them made of silver or gold, but it's quite expensive looking, both of you. I have to say, I also really like the little strap band too. Or not, you don't have strap band, you have the chain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the little chain you have to it as well. Quite fancy. You guys could maybe be rich if you use some of those ideas and sell them.
Yes.
Well, either way, if there's nothing else, I will show you a place you can sleep for tonight, and we will see each other tomorrow.
Yes, will Mr. Spring be here tomorrow also?
Mr. Sir Jap.
Yes.
Sir Lord or Captain Spring. I don't think he's gonna stay here for too long. I think he's gonna travel during the night. As far as I understood, he was kind of in a big hurry after seeing everything and after what he told me. So I'm just gonna go talk to him. So sadly, I don't think he's gonna be here tomorrow. So.
Well, then we would like to come along if that would be fine. He had promised us some compensation for helping earlier today.
Oh, yeah. Well, I could fix that for you. I'll just represent you if you want to.
Okay.
What did he promise you?
He promised.
He promised us 10% of whatever we had in the sack we found with coins.
Roll a deception, Jonathan.
Yeah, that's a deception.
A deception.
Yeah, deception. Because you're lying.
Deception. Yeah.
You are lying. It's a pretty good lie. Well, that sounds a bit strange. That sounds a bit unprofessional about Jap, but I mean, if he said so, well, he did bring 2 bags of money. I can just check them through it. At the same time I pick up some money for you tomorrow, I'm just gonna look through those 2 bags and give you the fair amount. I fix that, no problem.
Thank you.
Thanks.
No issue. I'm gonna check on that as well, but see you guys. Let me show you where you can sleep for tonight. And he will go out with you guys outside. It's starting to get dark a bit outside, and it goes to one of the houses right next to his house, on the right side of the house. And he basically talks to a woman who lives there and asks her if you can borrow 2 of the rooms that are there. And I talked to Miss Piggly. Miss Piggly said that you can sleep in the 2 extra rooms she has for tonight.
Thank you.
Yes.
Miss Piggly.
Yeah, no problem, sir. She says, a younger lady, in her 20s. Just make sure that you put the bed back together as it was when you're done with it. I know it's not the finest room in the kingdom, but you should. I like to have it a bit fancy. Oh.
It will work.
We'll do fine.
Great. So, I mean, you guys are going into your separate rooms and going to bed, I guess?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And for those who don't remember from last time, our players did level up. So, as you're taking this long rest now, you already gotten the additional health points, the maximum HP. But now you're actually getting your new abilities at level 2. In this case, I think I already added everything for you, right, Linus?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes, in that case, I'm just gonna check on Jonathan's character and see if everything there is as it should be, or if I need to add anything. No, you already have it there. Jonathan, if you look at your character sheet, you can see that you have now Cunning Action as one of your new abilities. It's right there if you look on your core page, and it's at the top right above Sneak Attack, Cunning Action. So basically what it means is that you can now use your bonus action for either doing a dash action, disengage action, or hide action. So as an example, let's say you attack somebody. Afterwards, in normal cases, you wouldn't be able to do a disengage, because normally a disengage action is a regular action. But with Cunning Action, you can use your bonus action to disengage. So after you attack somebody, you can back off without worry about getting attacked. As an example. Or if you kill an enemy, you can use bonus action to do a hide action to try to hide yourself immediately after you kill somebody. Or if you really want to stab somebody in the back who's running away, you can use your bonus action to dash after them and then stab them in the back.
Okay.
Of course you can, So that's what your new ability is basically. Except for that, everything else, of course your HP is now better than before, and now you also have 2 hit dice instead of 1. So not much else changed. So you have 2 hit dice now instead of 1. And so that's what changed. So and as I remember, Ambrosia already had everything. Ambrosia get, of course, like some new spells and stuff like that, because spell casting stuff. So, but we already gone through that. You already know Ambrosia. You're just gonna click in the things that you want.
Yeah, change my prepared spells and stuff.
Yes, just make sure that you have the things that you want prepared. Yes. Makes sense. Great, wonderful. In that case, I mean, 8 hours passed, and it's I would guess that after this kind of long day, like even though you go to bed quite early, so you're gonna wake up early in the morning next day, like 6-7 o'clock in the morning next day. The birds are whistling outside, I guess, twittering like beep 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 a bit outside. Piglet, the woman there, the young woman, has prepared some bread, butter, and milk for you to eat as breakfast. Pretty simple breakfast, but it works. It's quite okay. And she waits you off as you leave her house and just say, "Have a good day, sirs. I need to get back to the animals." And she kind of locks her door and wanders off. Yeah. You're basically standing right next to Piglet's house, and what you guys want to...
Lord Ambrose?
Yes.
I think we should gather the meals and the water. And
yes, I would like to refill my canteen also.
Yeah.
So you go into Ludwig's house, the chief of the village, basically, to get all the new stuff that he promised. Alright, you go up to his house and you knock on the door. And he comes out to you, and he's having a little bit of like morning breakfast, like some kind of soup in his hand. It's like stirring it in, like in a stirring it a little bit, like in what is it called? Not a jar. What is it called? A
bowl.
Bowl.
Yeah, bowl, a small like wooden bowl. And it's like, you're early with the bird, I see. Great. Come inside. I have everything prepared here for you. And you guys come inside, I guess, and he will fill up your water, so your water's refilled. He will also give have like an extra like a bag with water. This water can, for 2 people, it can last up to for at least a week without any problems.
Yes.
So at least quite a nice big bag of water for at least
Ludwig,
yeah.
do you know where you can get a backpack? I really need a backpack or a bag.
Don't worry, I have it right here, and as he shows, like, he also is gonna give you, each of you, your own backpack, basically. So both of you have, like, a backpack now where you can put stuff in, but you don't really need to write it on your character sheet. It's not gonna, I'm not gonna destroy it or just take it away from you from now on. It's a part of your stuff, basically, forever. Just take it for granted it's a part of you. So...
Okay, great.
And he will give you, because of your deception there, Jonathan, each of you will get 10 silver coins, and both of you will get 20 copper coins. And also, just for your own, for those who don't remember, like on your core sheet, you can actually, you see right above, like where your equipment is. You can actually see like the markings for copper, silver, platinum, gold, right there.
Yeah.
So you can just write the number there, like 10 at the silver, 20 at the copper.
Wow. 10 silver, 20 copper.
Yes. And also, yeah, I forgot, and 1 gold as well. So each of you get 1 gold coin as well.
So 20 copper, 10 silver, and 1 gold.
Yes. Originally, he was only gonna give her like 20 copper, both of you each, but since thanks to Jonathan there, he was able to give you quite a lot of extra. Be careful about this money. There are different ways to make money, of course.
What is the different value? Like, how much is a silver coin worth compared to copper?
Oh, you forgot I told you yesterday there. 10 copper is 1 silver. 10 silver is 1 gold.
Okay.
So basically 10 copper for 1 silver, 10 silver for 1 gold. So gold is the most like afterlook currency. But of course, I want to remind you that even though most countries use copper, gold, and silver as the currency, the same currency, there are gonna be maybe, I haven't traveled for quite some time, so there can be some nations out there that use their own unique system. But most countries use copper, gold, and silver as far as I know. And it shouldn't be any problem in this nation. Let's see here. I also have food for you. He will also give you food for 7 days. So none of this will take extra space on you in general. Like, I will not be fancy about that. You can just put it on your sheet. So he will give you for up to 7 days an entire week of food for you. Right, let's see.
Do you want to take the food, Jonathan, or should I?
Yeah, I can take it.
Yes.
Understood. Right, nice. So you get the food there, you get the money, you already have a world map there. Let's see. Is there anything specifically else you needed? Because it seems like you guys already have weapons on you. I mean, I don't think I can give you anything better than you already have.
Our friend drank something before at the farm that seemed to heal him somehow.
Oh, it's a health potion. I can't really give you anything like that. We don't really. You have to buy those in the bigger cities or towns. But I can give you this, and it will give you like a basic like health kit, basically. It's kind of like, it's not gonna heal you, but it's gonna stabilize you if you go down to 0, basically, if you're dying. So, and it's gonna basically, what is gonna happen basically when you try to stabilize somebody with this medkit, it's a one-time use, and when you use it, you're gonna have advantage on the roll when you try to stabilize somebody.
Okay. So it's an item, not a tool then?
Yes, it's an item. So because it's like a limited amount, like with like some simple bandages, like thread and needles and stuff like that. So it's not an entire toolkit, basically. It's more of a simple thing. I'm sorry I couldn't give you anything better than that, but with the money you have, you should be able to buy at least 1 or 2 potions.
Yes, it's
Ludwig?
fine.
Yes.
Ludwig, I want to ask you something. And we picked those berries of some kind, and I show him. I had a half of those blueberry things in my pocket.
Oh.
I show them to him.
I bring up my full that I no bite on it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I would say that Jonathan's one has started to scrub up a little bit. So, but you show your one.
Yeah, Ludwig. So, since I'm not around here, is there anything I should avoid and not to eat in
the wild? I would say that you should be very careful of anything you eat in the wild. But overall, the thing that I would mostly recommend you not to do is not eat like a pixley. Pixley is like a kind of a mushroom that like has like blue, that is blue with red dots on it. Don't eat any one of those. Like I heard in the past, there have been some people that were desperate to get some food and ate them, and not fun stories. I can tell you that. Not fun stories at all.
Do you have some kind of flora book or something?
Let's see here. I don't know if how much I can give away here. Like most of these books are books from my travel and from personal use. But how about this?
Bros starts taking out his cartology kit again.
You know what? This is what I can do for you. Like because it's gonna take you an entire day to write down the entire book. Here's what I can do for you. It take out like 6 extra copper coins and gives to you to one of you. I can give you some extra money here to buy maybe some simple book just in the next town. I'm pretty sure Holton have like more books than this place, especially since it's like a trading area.
I'll take that then.
All right, he give you 6 extra copper coins. It's not you'll be able to probably buy a basic like guide for most of the. At least for this country, so you'll be able to understand things. Alright then, great. Let me see here, so I haven't forgotten anything now, right? Or is there anything else? No. You have food, you have water, money, the 10%, you have
When we travel, would it be possible to borrow horses to go to Owl Town?
I'm sorry, I cannot really give you any horses. Like the horses you guys were using yesterday were the guards' horses, and the few horses we have here, we need them to for our daily work. So I'm sorry, I just can't give those away. It's not my choice to give them.
Okay.
Is there any caravans going to Old Town?
To Holton?
Is there any trading routes or? Something like that we can.
Well, and he will go back to the bigger map again, to the country map there. Well, not really from this village. We do sometimes transport some honey, but we do not really doing that by wagon. We, the small farm that you guys help saving, sometimes we collect like each and every year like enough bigger amount of honey to travel by like. With like some escort guard, just in case, like roughly once a year to Holton to sell a little bit over there to earn some extra money for Abbey in general. But except for that, it's not really that much travel from here. There is a little bit more caravans and stuff like that from Mudhorn, the small town like more further north in the nation, in this country. He points out Mudhorn on the map, and. From that place there are clear because there are people that traveling from villages like Quill, places like Temper and stuff like that. That sometimes Temper of course do mostly by sea, but there are some people that some merchant that like to travel up from Temper up to Quill, exchange things over there, then go back to Mudhorn and then back down to Holton basically when they're doing their big trip to sell things.
So there's no one traveling from Abbey to Owltown today?
Not really. There are gonna be some guard patrols and stuff like that. Maybe you will see every 3rd or 2nd day if you're traveling on those roads, but nothing more than that, honestly. It depends also how long you stay on the road. I think that you guys are gonna be okay as long as you like just keeping yourself to the roads and don't do anything, well, too noticeable.
Yes.
Especially doing right now, thanks to Jap, he has doubled the guards in the entire roads here, all the way between here in Holton and up to Quill. So there shouldn't be any issues for a couple of days at least. So you should feel extra safe at the moment.
Okay.
Enough with the talk then. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish you both of you good luck. He holds out his hand to you. My friend,
I mimic his guest.
well, it's a regular handshake.
Okay, so going for a handshake.
He's going for a handshake. Basically going for a handshake. My friend told me that apparently this is like more usual way for you to say goodbye or hi or whatever. So, yeah, have a nice trip, my friends, and Lord Ambrose, Jonathan.
Lord Ambrose.
Yep.
That's a little.
Yes.
Holds his hat a little
Yeah,
small
little,
tip.
little tip with his hat.
Yes.
So you guys leave the village. All of that is only gonna take like roughly an hour to prepare everything. So it's roughly still like quite early in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. The sun is coming up and everything. It's not the hottest weather outside. It's like 17 Celsius or something like that. So it's a little, when the wind is blowing, it's a little bit, can be a little bit cool, you know. But it's not freezing, but it's still woo. So you guys start working, and as you're traveling, is there anything you guys want to talk to each other about?
It was weird how Björklund's body just disappeared.
Yeah, I agree. And what was that thing you sensed?
I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Even it was some kind of trace of whatever you called this magic in this world.
Yeah, this magic.
I've never seen the map I copied. I've never seen it on any map that I've encountered in my life. It seems.
No, it's definitely.
Yes, it seems like Björklund might have been onto something. It's a loss that he died with that information, that he seems to know more about what was happening in this place. What did they call it? Isekai, I believe?
I'm not sure. Everything is so crazy. I mean, I'm from America, so and I know how Earth looks like.
So I haven't even heard that word before.
America? What do you mean? Isekai or America? What do you mean?
Isekai.
Oh, okay. I was kind of confused. Like, wait,
America
existed in
knows.
1800s. I was a bit confused.
Yeah.
Like, wait, America existed? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're
Not
sorry.
Isekai.
Continue.
You said something that we,
Yeah, sure. Continue.
transported like to some other world, like planet or something.
So what's your story, Ambrose? I mean, what happened? How did you get here? What were you doing?
Well, there was a bright light. Well, I was in Africa, Egypt.
Egypt. Mhm.
Yes.
Interesting. So, what did you do in Egypt?
Well, my hobby is kind of, I guess people would say, archaeologist.
Understand. We are out searching for the Tutankhamun.
What did you say?
Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun?
The Rosetta Stone. I mean, that's the biggest discovery in Egypt.
I don't believe.
Recently.
Well,
recently, in my time anyway.
Yes,
Or
in
when I
your
was
time.
there.
It sounds like you come a bit from the future, if that was correct.
Well,
40 years ahead of me, I believe.
Oh, so when was the year when you?
It was 1890s.
When you 1890s. That's so weird. I'm from the 30s, 1930s,
Yes.
1934 to be exact. I haven't heard anything about the Rosetta Stone.
You should,
No, not-
Linus, you should know about it because
Should-
Rosetta Stone is like from the time of Napoleon era in the early
Okay,
1900s.
this
Oh,
is
I thought it was. Okay, sorry.
Because also remember...
It sounded like it was something that...
because
From-
in
yes.
English, 1900s means,
Yes.
1880,
Yeah.
While so yeah. Because if you say the 1800s, you mean like the 17, and... Yeah.
I'm pretty sure know about it, it's just that I don't know about it for the moment.
You don't focus on it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't my character's focus also, I could...
But a very interesting place to be, I believe, Egypt.
Yes.
So then you don't know about the war then, the Great War.
The Great War?
Yeah. It lies like 24 years ahead of you. So if you ever come back to whatever time or the same
Yes.
time, I would get out of Egypt pretty fast if I were you. Or at least before 10 years anyway, to leave the place. It will be,
What do you mean this Great War?
yeah, the Great War when basically all the countries in the world is at war with each other. Horrific. A lot of people died.
Why would all of the countries go to war against each other?
Yeah, I can't grasp that either, but it was some guys somewhere in Bosnia or Serbia or whatever it was called that was shot, and yeah, then all the Europe kind of started to go to war with each other, and then our president sent our guys over there in vain, or not in vain, because we did win, but it was huge casualties, like millions of people died.
Yes, sounds unimaginable.
Yeah, it is. So,
Okay, I know about this. Sorry for interrupting. I know about the stone. I just don't know the English name of it. So,
Aren't you not an English person?
yes, but I'm the
The
player
Englishman
acting.
Ambrosa doesn't
Yes.
know English word of
He knows it. He knows it. He knows it, but I didn't
Ah, okay.
know it, the English word for it.
I understand. Linus,
So,
the person,
yes.
doesn't know the English word for it, but...
But what
Ambros,
about you?
sorry, yeah. So I'm from America, and well, right now there is a big depression. The economy is totally gone, basically, or trashed. So companies have to shut down, and people are very, very poor, and they kind of scramble for money, and everyone is, trying to survive, basically.
Really?
It's,
Just
yeah.
40 years after. It was booming.
Yes.
It just started booming during my time.
yeah, but then this is after the war. I mean, the world has kind of not, repaired itself from the war, and it's strange things are happening in Europe. I mean, there's strange people, or not strange, but bad people. I'm afraid that another war might happen. Hope not. I will never see this great war again. My father was there and killed the beach of Italy. Some beach in Italy.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, that was a loss.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm an accountant and trying to help, the little man to survive in this landscape of economy, totally trashed economy. I'm getting by, but it's a lot of sad stories.
Sounds quite bad then.
What do you think this where we are? I mean, how? Who's that dwarf and where we're going? I don't have a clue, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. It seems we have to get more information, but it sounds like some people might be coming after us, even if they were killed.
And the
this
symbol
dwarf.
he was, and the symbol he was talking about.
Yes.
You wear it?
What did you say?
Do you wear this symbol?
Yeah,
Can
Jonathan,
actually see.
Jonathan,
You can see it, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see
Oh,
the
we can see
symbol.
them. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Because we revealed
Okay.
to each other, and then just like the chief, he could see it now. Also, like when we said we had the symbol.
Basically,
each other.
Okay.
basically, it's implied that when you tell somebody else that you
Yes.
have this symbol, it becomes visible to them.
Okay.
So, because you
So,
guys in the crypt told each other about the symbol thing, because you noticed you had it on you and you couldn't really remove it from you, it revealed to each other because basically Ambrose has his symbol on his book that is always near him, while you have your symbol on like a little handkerchief in your pocket, basically, on your character.
So Ambrose, you who is who are kind of familiar with symbols, can you make anything out of those symbols that we wear?
I haven't seen these symbols in anything that I have read or seen.
As you're traveling, my friends, because you can quite move quite a bit, honestly, thanks to the roads, and nothing out of the ordinary has happened to you. You keep walking and stuff like that, like during the day. Like there isn't any like issue that you meet on. But when you start to get, like to a road area, it's quite where there is like forest on the left and the right of you. And here's something that does actually occur, and is that at the end of the road, as you're walking and talking to each other and getting to know each other, you can see in the distance somebody like running towards you, like a shorter man with like some like kind of his head covered, but it's like very like basic clothing, and he's like running like running like that. And after him, a very old man is running after him, bald, big, white beard, and both of you recognize this person running after him. And for you, it's both quite a shock, honestly, because as you kind of make a double take and look at this elderly man screaming at this person, "Stop that man! Stop him! I swear to God, if I was only 20 years younger." You recognize this man as Charles Darwin.
Yeah.
But Charles Darwin, as if he was dressed like, but it's kind of weird because he's holding like a long stick in his hand, basically, and he's also like a big walking stick, basically, and he has like an animal fur above on his shoulder, like from what it looks like some kind of like, you're not sure what it is, it's hard to see from this distance, and he's like yelling, "Oh, you my two good fellows, can you not stop this thief?" And this man is like, he sees you and he starts to slow down and looking left and right, like this smaller man who's like being hunted by Charles Darwin. And it's like, he's trying to find a way to escape, and he's gonna try to run towards the woods on the left side.
Well, Ambrose is kind of shocked, like, "Charles Darwin? Is that you?"
So you know who I am. In that case, my friend, could you please stop him? He's like throwing like small pebbles after him. "Why is it not working this time? Stop it!" Like he's trying to like, throwing like small rocks after him, but like the thieves. So it's like run. The thieves are gonna get into the forest soon. Are anybody of you stopping it or doing anything or?
Yeah, well, I'll try to trip this the small guy or the short.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's quite short. Like he's definitely adult, but he's like only like 160 centimeters. So he's
Yeah, so
not. Yeah, so he looks
I'll
like
try to trip it.
Yeah, so you try to trip him. Can you just roll... can you kind of roll just like a dexterity, and he's gonna do... This person's gonna do a dexterity save. So you're rolling... no, just gonna roll regular dexterity, but it was quite bad, sadly. But you don't know, he could fail, so I'm gonna roll for him. This dude is, it's not like anything special about this dude. And it fails! No, wait, you did a save throw. What is your regular dexterity? How much is your regular dexterity?
5.
Is it 5?
Should be 3 if that's +2.
Yeah, I think that should be 3. Because that's your dexterity save. Because your dexterity save, if you have proficiency in, you get a +2.
Yes.
So what does your regular dexterity save on the left side on your paper?
Yeah, that's... there, sorry, yeah, 3. Sorry.
Yeah, it's 3. So sadly, he will succeed. Even though this thief is not that great. It's like, but you do slow him down a little bit. And it's like... Ha! Loser! It looks like I get away today! The great thief! Billion is once again getting away! And he's gonna get... you have a last chance to maybe try to stop him, Abrosa, but it's up to you if you try to do anything, if you can. He's roughly 20 feet away from you, if you're wondering.
Okay. Can I try to... Can I take the blueberry and try to like hit him in the knee or something?
You want to throw the blueberry at him? The big berry thing?
Yes.
Sure. This is gonna also be just a pure dex, I guess.
Yes.
It's an improvised weapon, so just like pure dexterity throw, like a regular...
Because Ambrose is not gonna be able to like catch up to him with his...
Yeah, makes sense, so...
Only thing I could do is to do a throw.
It hits, and because this counts as like a simple weapon, I would guess. Like, don't you have an ability for that? Because you have like the slip up ability, right? Didn't you? Or
slip up?
Don't you have that ability to make somebody fall prone specifically?
Yes, but that depends if it has to have the weapon needs to have a certain property to be able to like.
But isn't that simple weapon one of them?
It's versatile, reach, and heavy property.
Oh, okay, in that case. But I would say you still hit him with the berry, and it slows him down like, ow! Fuck him! What? Why are you throwing this at me? And Charleston is gonna just scuff him from this, like, tackle into him. Like, into him, like, you damn thief, give back that damn... I was the one that made that money, you scoundrel! You can't, whatever, just take it back, you weird old man. And his bro's like a little small, like, it's not much at all. Like, it sounds like only like 4 or 5 coins inside of a little small bag. Just let me be. Well, teach your lesson for this time, you young rapscallion. It blows up his beer a little bit, like, and this smaller man, like, basically stands up and keeps running away into the forest, but now without the little small bag of money. Sean Starring picks this up and puts it into his clothing. You can see him a bit more closer to him. He looks quite strange because he looks a little bit like similar clothing that you recognize, Ambrosia, from your lifetime. But it's kind of clear that his clothing is a bit like cut up. Like he has been here for quite a longer time than you have. And he also have like an animal fur of like what it looks like is not a bear, what is it called? What's it called in English? Not a pig, but what's those pig with like the pigs with like the pig the kind of pig with fur. A boar, there we go, thank you. For some reason I couldn't remember the English name for it. It has like a boar skin over his shoulder, like with the part of like the head part like it's kind of like is kind of resting atop of his like head from the side, from behind, and like resting on his shoulder. And he's holding like a staff that looks like almost like a wizard staff, kind of wood staff thing. And it's like, what a scoundrel! Thanks you, lad. For some reason I was trying to use this ability that I picked up, but for some reason I couldn't throw it out when I was pointing the stick at him. He points the stick in the air. It comes like small sparkles from the stick, but nothing is really happening. Like, come on! But you seems to know actually who I am.
Yeah, well, we have actually met.
Are you perhaps British? He points at you.
Yes.
Well, finally! Oh, thank the Lord and Savior. Finally, some regular people around. He comes up to you like, Charles Darwin is the name.
Yes, but you're supposed to be dead.
What?
You died 8 years ago.
Well, that's kind of bollocks, isn't it? I'm standing right here.
I'm just shaking my head.
It seems like
getting crazy.
Well, I'm just saying, this entire experience is weird. I did some research a couple of days ago. I was in the forest and trying to write down some notes for my new theory of evolution, you see. It's gonna be great and big. But all of a sudden, was this weird bright light from this bird that was flying towards me, and all of a sudden I'm here. And I've been stuck in this forsaken wood area. I was close to the city of this weird city called Holton, but they refused to help me, and they don't know what England is. Have you heard anything stranger? So I was forced to do some extra labor to try to earn some money, so I could get a boat. I gotta get back to England.
Yes.
Well,
He kind of walk over a little to Jonathan. Like, it seems like he has similar thing has happened to him as to us.
Come on now, don't whisper right in front of me. I'm right here. I can finally talk to some proper people for once. Please, can you tell me?
Show me a symbol, Charles Darwin. Show me the symbol.
Wait, you can't see it either. Well, for God's sake, I have to do this every time. Show symbol, and it does like a bit annoyed, like, and you can see it basically on his like animal fur that he's on him, like on the side of it. You can see like a circle, like gold circle with a gold triangle inside the gold circle. So the difference between Runar one and this one is that this has like a circle around it.
Yes.
So, there we go. Wait, do you guys have that symbol too? I've been trying to get rid of it, but every time he tries to throw off the animal skin of him, but it just teleports back on him. It just doesn't wanna disappear.
Calm down.
I am perfectly calm, young Scadriel.
You're important. You're super important. We're going to Old Town, and you're going to follow us.
But here's the thing, I apologize for my rude behavior. It's very ungentlemanly, but I swear to God, none of these people are acting like we're back in the Dark Ages again. I swear. It's humiliating.
You can forget England.
No, I'm not forgetting England.
Ambrose, please show him the map.
Yes, I'll show him.
What in God's name is this humbug? What is... That's not Ireland, why is it called New?
Yes, it's strange indeed.
The old Ireland was already bad as it was. What's this? Is there a new one?
Bros look a little like disapproving when he says...
I mean, I would argue that Ambrose knows that Ireland doesn't have the best reputation about British people.
Yes, indeed, but Ambrose is, you know, so.
Oh, come on, don't it was. I'm just saying it's weird, all of this. But
Charles.
Yes.
I have an idea. If you just follow us and please tell us about your new theory that you have.
Oh, it's gonna take some time
on
now.
The way. Yeah, but we have some time to Old Town.
Well, you see, I believe that, and he basically explains the idea of fear of evolution to you as you're going towards Hilton. And after like a couple of hours, like it's in the afternoon now again. You have been walking since the morning, till the afternoon for almost 8 hours now, basically. And as you are arriving to Holton, he kind of, and that's how I understood that humanity must be have some kind of same ancestry as the apes.
I was gonna. I just want to ask a little in our regular time.
Yeah, okay.
Did he release the Origin of Theory of Evolution, or whatever it was called?
No, I haven't
Or
released it.
Origins of Species, or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
No, I haven't released it yet. It's almost finished. I was middle
Okay,
of my
so
studies.
in my time,
Yeah.
that is like 50 years ahead, he did not release it yet. Because it disappeared.
Well, no, basically, it's still released in your world.
Yes. Okay.
Why? You don't understand.
Okay.
So, basically, you do know about Charles Darwin. He lived, he released a book and everything. Like, the fear of evolution is a thing. But
Yes.
he somehow is here before he... And according to him, he hasn't released the book yet.
Yes, because also Ambrose kind of met him during like acquaintance during like a party or similar fashion. But
Yeah.
does that work?
But do you tell him that, or what do you mean?
Yeah, I'll tell him that. But I'm just wondering if he was gone.
Well, you're making up this canon now, so I want to hear from you. Can you explain this situation? You have to be the one that tell this situation and what year and everything.
Yes. Do you not remember me, Charles? We met one time after you. This theory you're talking about. You have already released it.
No, I haven't. I cannot release a book if I am not done with my studies yet.
You call it the Origins of Species.
Well, that's a great name for the book. I was thinking about just calling it Simple Evolution 101, but that's a great name.
I read the book where you explain where you think are similarities to the ape.
Ah, humbug, my young lad. It's impossible. I haven't released the book yet. I just told you.
But somehow I still read it. I have met you also.
Well, that's not my problem. It doesn't make sense to me either. I don't know how you can read a book that doesn't exist yet.
What year was it when you came here, Darwin?
Well, it was. Well, I was thinking about releasing the books next year after doing my studies. So, basically, what I'm saying that I need to look up the notes that I made here.
Takes like 50 something there, right?
Yeah, 54.
Let's see. Let's see, where did I put the... Because I have a page for history stuff just in case.
Yes.
But it was not... But he's basically saying 1 year before he released the book.
Okay, I think he'll release it 58. No, 59. He published it.
Mm. So basically 1 year before he published the book, basically.
So 58.
Yes. He was in 58, my friend. It's the current year.
And how many days have you been here in this?
I've been here for 4 days. And I've been forced to sleep in this damn woods. And for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, animals are extra friendly towards me. And what even stranger is that I tried to get myself a better weapon than this damn stick, but for some reason I can not even use it. I know I'm a bit old, but come on. It's almost like it makes me feel less powerful the moment I touch metal stuff and have it try to carry it on me. It's weird.
Have you seen a page flowing or hovering in front of you?
A page?
Yes.
And the moment he actually said that, all of a sudden it's like, what is that? A page is right in front of it, like information. What is this blue magic? It's similar to the stuff my stick was doing yesterday. Well,
Yes.
it says here, it says something about druid. What the hell is a druid? Sorry the language, but no, seriously, what is a druid?
Druid is someone that deals with magic, I believe, and like a shaman.
I'm not a
Nature people.
shaman. I'm a scientist. Well, listen here. I know some people, some of my friends have made fun of me and like told me I have monkeys for brains, but I'm not that close to nature. I'm still a sophisticated man.
Yes.
My idea may come off as crazy, but I'm telling you I have proof of it. But either way, you seem to... Well, okay. You're saying that I'm some kind of magic man?
Yes, it seems so.
appears
It
so.
seems like when we got into this, I don't know how to tell you any better than
Well,
we don't seem to be on Earth anymore.
you see him like swapping like an
Yeah.
iPad like in the air. Like, it says here that I have 0 spell points. What is a spell point?
It seems to be the reserves that you can use the magic. What I've been able to read from my book here.
Like ammunition in a gun.
Yes.
Why would magic
But for
need
magic.
ammo? It's magic!
Well, I don't know. We don't know. Stop asking
Yes.
so many questions.
Well, I'm confused here. You seem to know about of this strange world. Or this place.
We arrived
We don't-
2 days ago ourselves. We're learning just as you are.
Well, I haven't learned squat. Most people just throw me out and called me some poor hobo. So, well, they seem to... and it's not that strange. I've not been able to pay for a regular bath. I've been forced to use the rain, and this animal skin is not helping me. That I would have to constantly carry on me. I mean, it does give me extra protection. It was like this random animal in the forest that tried to hit me once, but for some reason this skin protected me. It was quite strange, honestly, so I guess it's somehow worked for, but...
But Charles,
yeah.
again, I ask you to trust us. Since you're wearing this symbol, you're an important person, as well as we are.
Mm.
We are going to Old Town, and then we are going to a library. And I think that we could have use of your...
Oh, so you have money for a
reading
ship?
skills. No, but that's been taken care of.
Yes, we have a letter of recommendation.
Well, in that
That's
case,
what-
why not just go straight to England?
I don't believe we could ever go to England by a ship from here.
Why not? Even if this
That's-
is a different continent, it shouldn't be too impossible. Sure, we maybe have to make a stop on the way if it takes a couple of weeks, but...
I don't believe this is a continent on Earth.
Now you're just talking Hogwarts, my fellow friend. By the way,
Yes, that's-
I don't know what your name was. What was your name again? You were Ambrose?
I'm Lord Arthur Ambrose.
Oh,
That's right.
nice to meet you. How it does like kind of the gesture back at you, kind of
Yeah.
like to be nice. And your name was young lad.
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Yes.
Jonathan. Yes.
Yes, Jonathan. Once again, I'm sorry if I'm being a bit acting crazy here, but you don't know what it does to a man to be forced to sleep outside in the woods for multiple days, living on attacking random reindeers. I was able to make some extra money by selling some fur. He holds up his little money bag. But apparently these people are still using copper and silver. Can you believe it? Crazy, I tell you, crazy. Huh.
Okay, I don't want to be rude, Charles, but please shut up and just follow us.
Well, we're already here. Points to Holton.
Yeah.
And I feel like as you guys are traveling to Holton and you told Charles Stone to shut up, we end the episode for today.